I am at the corner of 196th Street Southwest and 44th Avenue West in Linwood, where we're about to join Mayor Christine Frizzell and Democratic Congressman Rick Larson to dedicate the newly refinished 196th Street. And as you can see, it's wide open, it's been repaved, but one of the things that I noticed that really stood out to me, because I have a couple of friends who use wheelchairs and rascal scooters, is that the sidewalks have these wide ADA ramps, wider than I've ever seen for a corner crosswalk. So really a push for safety. But in addition to that, down here as you head into this parking lot where there are multiple businesses from the sidewalk, there's another ADA wheelchair scooter ramp. Now this one not quite as wide, but still pretty good size. Just about any vehicle that people use with handicaps could get through it. And so they are prepared. Now here's where the ceremony is going to be, and we'll have more on that in just a moment. And this, of course, is the lady who helped us spearhead this 196th Street project, Linwood Mayor Christine Frizzell. Your Honor, we have talked about this before, and we talked about how great it would see those orange barrels to go away, and for this thing to open up with brand new surface and all these wide sidewalks and all that. Were we right?
We were right. I spent many weeks avoiding 196. I would go anywhere except 196. But then on Sunday mornings, I would drive down just to check the progress. And it's phenomenal, week after week after week. And I love the new look.
Early Sunday mornings, I'm assuming, when nobody was out.
Yes, around 9 o'clock or so.
No, that's not so bad.
Yeah.
That's not, I will tell you, because you know I live very nearby.
Yes.
I've been down here 4 times in the last 2 days, and I didn't realize it was finished. It's been a while since I had been over here.
Yeah.
And I come down and I'm thinking to myself, this doesn't look like it looked like the last time I was here, so I keep coming. And that's sort of part of the appeal here, isn't it?
It is. It is, and it's exciting to me when I see people walking. I mean, the street's great. But now we have walkable sidewalks. We have room for people with baby carriages. We have room for people who are mobility, who need a little mobility assistance, whether it's a cane or whether it's a wheelchair. It's great for them. It's great for all of us to be more inclusive.
And you know, that's one of the things that stood out to me when I walked over to the corner at 44th, is the ADA ramps for the crosswalks are wider than any I have ever seen before. I'm guessing that was intentional.
Oh, totally. That was one of the primary drivers, if you will, is to make it more inviting for more people, more accessible, so that they can get to where they want to be.
Now, how are the businesses reacting now that it's done? Like, what have they been telling you?
Oh, they're ecstatic that it's finally done, and I just give them kudos for sticking with it. You know, it's impactful. To think that it wasn't or wasn't going to be is ridiculous. But I've tried to, you know, hang out at some restaurants along here in the last couple of years, specifically to give them business, and also, you know, we can encourage people a lot by doing that.
Well, and that was one of the things I noticed during the construction. Like, I never had any trouble accessing any of the businesses along 196, so that was key. Now, this median here, that's behind us in the shot here, you can see, is going to mean fewer left turns. So like with the construction, I'm going to have to make a few more, 3 rights to make a left. There are some left turn dedicated lanes there, but how come we cut down on the center turn lane?
Because that is the most dangerous part of this street, historically. Too mmany people have had their cars crunched. There's been accidents to human beings, to dogs,
that big tanker truck to go by, that can now go by very easily.
Yes, so it really cut down and made this a safer street. And yes, it's inconvenient for a while until we get used to it. And at most of the intersections, you can do a U-turn and get to the other side, a safe U-turn. So that's what we're looking for.
Yeah, I've really had no problems with it so far, so it's been great. Linwood Mayor Christine Frizzell, thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Ryan.
So, Congressman Larson, this has been a huge project. It's a big deal for the Snohomish County economy. Would you talk about that?
Yeah, the 186th Street has been a bottleneck street forever, and that's being from Snohomish County, being from North Snohomish County, I always kind of regretted coming down this far, way down south from Arlington down to here. But this project has been years in the making. I have years in the planning, just a few years in the making. So it's really great to see it. It's also going to help redevelopment. Linwood is in the past sort of seen as like a strip mall along 196. That's not really the image it's wanted to portray. But these improvements on 196, the link rail, light rail coming, the Scriber Creek Park improvements, interurban trail improvements, all those are now become amenities to support redevelopment, where downtown, the downtown core of Linwood, can actually become a city center that can be redeveloped to bring people in for apartments, and actually people living downtown instead of just driving here to shop or driving through. So it's really in part the remaking of the Linwood City Core. It's very exciting.
And it's so close to light rail. It's going to make it so easy to get in and out of there.
I would say the Linwood light rail is going to be a successful failure or a failed success, because everyone's going to ride it because it is so convenient, and we're going to find out we didn't do enough parking because it is so successful. And I don't want to downplay it at all. It's just that it is going to be that successful, light rail, for the Snohomish County. And so really excited about that. We just know that this redevelopment taking place around Linwood is going to support light rail will support it, but also the improvements that Linwood is making to interurban trail and Scriber Creek Park, and the amenities that will bring families to live in the core of Linwood is important as well.
Very good. Thank you, sir.